Okay, so I just finished a video and did a traditional acrylic pour and a dirty pour, a tree ring and a dirty pour, and I wanted to just experiment with my traditional acrylic fluid paint that I do 1-to-1 ratio with Floetrol and maybe sometimes a bit of water, and then try it on a pillow. So I've got some tiles here, and this is a 6-inch tile. It's been taped off. The sides are taped, so I'm only going to be painting the top surface. And I've got my colors that I saved, a little bit of each color. And I also have my white, which is Amsterdam white with Floetrol, a pinch of water, and a drop or two of the Minwax wood conditioner. So that's my cell activator. So I'm going to get me a few sticks out. Actually, I can just squeeze these little cups and they can pour out, I'm pretty sure. So I've got a can of Color Place interior white satin finish paint, and I'm just going to put a puddle of paint on the tile. I used semi-gloss in my other videos, and I wanted to try just the satin paint instead of semi-gloss. I had some cracking issues with my other tiles for the most part, and I wanted to really just try this and see if I can get this to work without cracking. So I'm just putting my pillow of white Color Place from Walmart satin interior paint. This is a pure experiment just to see if my regular acrylics will work with this bloom technique from Shelley Art, which is, she's a fabulous Australian fluid artist, and I purchased her course, and I've kind of been obsessed with getting this bloom technique, and I just wanted to see if I could achieve it with my standard paint recipe. So I'm just going to start with these little puddles. I'm just squeezing these little paper Okay, and now I'm just going to do white on top of that. Gently blow. Okay, I'm going to try my blow dryer. It's just a little harder with my breath. With the blow dryer, I'm using the cool temperature. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. So a lot of sales happened. I do not have OGX or silicone in my paint, so this happened by itself, which is a good thing. Now I'm just going to tilt. To me, the paint feels a little bit thick. Okay, so it kind of worked, kind of not. Just wiping off some of the sides because it's taped and I don't want it pulling the paint over the edge. So I've got a few more I want to pour. I'm going to move this one away. This time I'm adding a touch of water to the white. Just going to thin it down a bit. It's so super thick. And this is the pillow paint, which is the Color Place from Walmart. But I want to see if that helps by any chance. I'm going to wipe off this little bit of fingerprint right here on the corner. I don't want to mess that pure white up in case I like it there. Okay. So that was almost 4 ounces of paint on this 1/6" tile, just to give you a clue as to how much paint you put on these things before you pour them off. Okay, I'm going to do the same colors. I'm just going to go in a little bit different order. Okay, so that one, because I watered down the base coat a bit, it spread quicker, stretched faster. I don't know if that's necessarily good or bad, but that's what happened. The white kind of dissipated to where you almost don't see it, so that's intriguing. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but it's still a pretty cell pattern. I'm not totally displeased with it. Not totally crazy about the color combination, but it's still pretty. I'm going to introduce one other color straight from my squeeze bottle here, which is like a peacock. It's a little deeper than that metallic there. It does have OGX or silicone in it. I don't care. I'm just going to incorporate it in and see what happens. I want to do one without the metallic bronze color. maybe. Or I could use, I do have a metallic gold that I used from another time that I did the Shelley art style. I do have some metallic gold here, so maybe I'll add a little bit of that. It's been sitting for a while, so I don't know. And with it being a different, Shelley art recipe, I don't know if it'll work or not, but we're going to give it a shot. Then I'm going to put this deep, it's like a phthalo-cyanine green, but it's darker than the metallic a little bit. And then I'm going to do my cell activator. So I've got more cells going on because of the probably the silicone or OGX and the phthalo green color. Taking some of that darker green off on that side. So that's pretty interesting. Just more cell action because of the silicone or OGX, but still a little bit of that bloom technique that I'm longing for. And maybe my favorite one of the three that I've done. Have little bubbles, you can pop them. If you don't like a corner, I say just swipe it. That's the one with the gold. Oh, I did a little trail of paint right across the whole thing, but anyway. Don't think I can really make it totally go away. Just seeing if I can break up the line a bit. Where it's not so obvious. Okay, we're going to go with this metal round that I got, I think at Michael's or Hobby Lobby quite a while back. So I got to make sure that it's totally flat, because this is some kind of an aluminum, and it kind of is crinkly in and out. Okay. Got my white pillow here, paint that I'm going to add some water to. I'm just going to try something different that I've not tried before, where I do maybe 3 or 4 blooms. So I'm going to add enough water where I feel like it's a bit more movable. To me, the fun is in experimenting, you know? Experiment. I'm going to pop these bubbles. But I don't want to dry the paint out. Alright. So I've got these that have no OGX or silicone, and I really want to use strictly these. But I kind of want to throw in the other that has the OGX in it. So we're just going to see what happens here. I'm going to use my blow dryer. I can also use my little mini leaf blower if I need to. And I'm going to do what some people do and kind of swish through it a bit, just for fun. I'm so much kind of wanting to control things, and I want to just let this be a free-spirited, fun thing. I don't want to make it into having to be like Shelley art or anybody else. This is just me and me playing, and that is what the joy comes to me from. So. So I have frosted tips on my hair that aren't from the salon. I think I shall go ahead and tilt. Okay, so I know I don't have maybe enough paint right here. Okay, I quite like that. Again, it's not what would be looking more like a Shelley art thing, but it's pretty. I love the colors. Just trying to decide if I want to do anything else. Okay, I'm going to leave it. And the beauty of this metal is that there's no real sides of it, so you don't have to worry really about the sides being covered much. And the back, if it gets fingerprints on it, you can totally clean them off or paint over them. And it has a little metal stand on the back, like a little kickstand. So you can stand it up somewhere. You could put resin on it, make it more durable. There's so many options. It was just an extra thing I had laying around, and I thought, why not? So I quite like the beauty of that. I like the golden rich espresso with the violet tones. It's very kind of royal feeling and color tones for me, which makes me like it a lot. So, and then another thing is just to go around the bottom of your piece just to get excess paint off, and it won't drag your paint over the edges as heavily as it would if there were nothing to stop it. I have one other tile. I'm just going to put it right over here to the side. I'm going to try this without pillow paint. I'm just going to use my white Artist Loft Flow Acrylic and Floetrol mixture. Base coat this tile with it just like I would the pillow paint. And so it's going to be way more fluid. And I'm going to take what's left in my cups because I finished the little ones. So I think I'm going to start with the little of this bronze. This has OGX in it, keep that in mind. I'm going to put a little of this teal. I'm going to go ahead and use that metallic phthalo green, the lavender, this beautiful prism violet, another little drop of the espresso, and finish out with my cell activator. Okay. Got some funny shapes going on. But it's still pretty. I'm just not crazy about the shapes. It's pretty. Doesn't look like a Shelley bloom, but it's pretty. A little of the phthalo green peeking through, and that purple and espresso is really pretty. So I'm going to put it back here. I hope you enjoyed my experiment. Just learning to... You gotta go with just having a good time. Experimenting and playing. You don't have to have a look like everybody else, okay? Just keep that in mind. This is changing too over time. The cells are growing and all, which is fine. It's kind of spreading out, which is fine. I'm curious to see what it'll look like at the end of the drying time, so we will keep an eye on it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I need those subscribers so I can keep on bringing you videos. Please share with a friend if you want to, and make sure that they subscribe. If you want to get notifications, click on the bell in the bottom right and you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. There is a link below the video where it says show more on your laptop or the down arrow on your mobile device. That gives you my Amazon link where all the products I use are listed there, and you don't pay anything extra. It's just a quick link straight to the product for you, and I get a little tiny percentage for you purchasing something through Amazon. And I have my Facebook group if you'd like to come over and join me in Facebook group land. There's a link to go to that group below the video. I also have a platform where I do $35 classes teaching you how to paint traditionally with acrylics and brushes. And I do 2 tutorials a month, and you can purchase one or any class and have a lifetime access to it to watch it, play it, and paint with it over and over again in the comfort of your home. So thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.